grand jury will decide whether an Aurora police officer hailed as a hero after the theater shooting should go on trial himself for shooting and killing an unarmed man in March. News reporter Whitney Wild brings us up to date on the unusual investigation into the shooting involving Officer Paul Jerothe. Whitney.
Kyle, police originally identified the man the officer shot as Naeshcylus Vinzant. His family now says he preferred the surname Carter. He was a fugitive wanted for charges which include assault when he was shot in March. A prosecutor from a neighboring jurisdiction was asked to review the case. It is now going to grand jury. Especially unusual here, the shooting victim's family and the Aurora Police Department issued a joint statement this afternoon. Roughly 3-month investigation into whether Officer Paul Jerothe was justified when he shot and killed Naeschylus Carter has come to an end. Tuesday, Jefferson County District Attorney Peter Weir announced it is headed for grand jury.
Taking a matter to the grand jury becomes more appropriate when the facts are extensive, when there are many witnesses, and when there are lots of factors to consider.
Very little about this case has been typical. Weir was asked to take over after a conflict of interest forced the Arapahoe County District Attorney to excuse himself. Weir called the investigation extensive and diligent and said the grand jury's review will hopefully bolster public confidence.
The trust of the public in our process and ultimately in the decisions that are made is absolutely crucial.
And in a rare move, the Aurora Police Department and the family of Naeschylus Carter released a statement together. Chief Nick Metz says he has watched closely the way other departments have handled officer-involved shootings, from Ferguson to Baltimore.
Over and over, the family has expressed an interest of seeing this thing get resolved peacefully.
An attorney for the family called the grand jury review a significant step.
The district attorney has to believe that there is evidence present that a grand jury could find the officer here guilty of these crimes.
Weir advised against reading between the lines.
It's important not to prejudge a result by the process that's being used. By virtue of going to the grand jury does not indicate one way or the other what the ultimate result will be.
Jerothe remains on duty, but he's not in an enforcement role. The case will come before the grand jury in early July. They can either indict Jerothe or they can clear him altogether, but there isn't a definite timeline for when they will decide, Kyle.
Whitney Wild reporting. Thank you, Whitney.